Hey YouTube. This is P-nus from Team Linkable bringing you a Gravekeeper deck profile. And so we're going to start with the monster lineup. Alright, so here we go. First, we run only 3 Gravekeeper Spy because Konami doesn't like the color of my skin and they think that they shouldn't let me run 4 or 5. So I just put in 3. Next, we run 2 Descendants. I'm only running 2 Descendants because for the same reason they only let me run 3 Gravekeeper Spy. I was running 5, but I had to take 2 of them out, so I put in Descendant in place of a spy in the spies. And I don't like this guy because his skin color is darker than his hair color, and so he lets me pop or tribute one of my own monsters to destroy one card my opponent controls, and I think that's a ripoff. Alright, next we have 3 Gravekeeper's Recruiters. I only run 3 because he's just like a Witch of the Black Forest, and most decks don't run Witch of the Black Forest, so I don't see why I should run 3 of these. And I don't like him either because he reminds me of Mace Windu, and why not some guy like Anakin, some badass Jedi. Alright, first, then we run 3 Gravekeeper's Commandant. I don't like pronouncing it Commandant because everyone does that. And I'll be taking this guy out for 3 terraformings later on because he has a fake plastic abs, and that doesn't really go with me. Next, I run only 1 Assailant because he's just there for no reason. He's, I guess, the outsider of the Gravekeepers. Next, we run 1 Malefic Stardust Dragon and 1 Malefic Cyber Dragon. I run the Cyber Dragon because it's just a beater and I don't need to explain Stardust. For all you losers that don't know, look it up on Wikipedia. Next, I run 3 Necro Valley. I grew up in this small valley and they named it after the color of my skin, so I said why not just run it just cause I won't be like a dick to them. Next, I run 2 Royal Tributes. I like this card for when I'm facing Dark Worlds or Fables. It empties their hand, they get all those specials, and I just lose all my monsters. So yeah, it's a really good card at regionals. Next, I run 2 Gravekeeper Stell. I kind of like this card. It's kind of like a +2 from the grave and a -1 from my hand, so why not? It's a pretty good card. Next, I run just 1 Wonder One. I usually use this with Ascendant and not Recruiter because Recruiter, I like Recruiter, remember, for the same reason, he's bald. So I just run 1 Wonder One because I don't like getting to draw cards. I don't really like draw power in my deck. Next, I run 2 Pot of Duality, 3 Pot of Duality. Sorry, elementary school, remember? They never taught me my numbers correctly. So I run 3 Pot of Duality because I get to, get a free card from my deck, and I'm special that same turn. So I like to set up with this card. My favorite play is having a spy set last turn, draw Pot of Duality activated, get a card like a, I don't know, Wonder Wand something, then flip spy and I'm a special. So yeah, that's a really great play. Next, I run 1 Dark Hole for monster destruction. If I have like 2 spies and a Recruiter Descendant, I activate Dark Hole and I destroy my monsters, and I can normal summon like a spy to attack directly for 1200. Next, I run 3 MSTs. I'm thinking of taking one of the MSTs out for Heavy Storm. I don't know, you guys should tell me if I should. Next, I run 1 Solemn Judgment. I just got mine gold because some guy was selling it to me for really cheap, just like $60. I couldn't find a common one to run instead of this, so yeah. Oh, not to forget the Solemn Warnings along with the Solemn Judgment. I should run this because most people seem to run it, and I like how the old guy looks in the picture. Next, I run 1 Starlight Road. So when I activate Dark Hole, I chain my Starlight Road, and if they had a field full of monsters, they don't get destroyed, and I get my Stardust to run over to hit into like a Zen Maze or something. Yeah. Next, I run 1 Torrential. It's just monster destruction. 2 Dimensional Prisons. I'll be replacing these for like Sakuretsu Armor or negate attacks, because DP, it just removes monsters. I don't see what's so good about that. Next, we run 2 Bottle Limb Trap Holes. Because not to be racist or anything, I just don't like the green people. If you're green, don't get offended by my comment. I'm just doing it against this guy. But yeah, personally I don't like green people. Next, I run one Mirror Force, just in case my opponent has a Starlight Road face down and they have like 2 or 3 monsters, they could chain that and they get a Stardust, and then I could just suck a red to their Stardust. And then I run one Compulsory. So say they like summon a Stratos or something, I just bounce Stratos back to the hand and save myself 1800 life points. Alright, next we'll be doing the extra deck. I run one Gaia, the Dragon Champion, or I don't know. I just run this because I like to fusion for him on first turn with, let's say, Spy and Recruiter overlay for Gaia, Dragon Champion. Next, we run 2 Cyber End Dragons because of Malefic Stardust Dragon. I don't know why it says Cyber End. I think it should be Stardust. That should get banned. And then we run Stardust Dragon for, since I might side deck like I might side in a Mind Control, I could take over like their Blackwing Kochi the Daybreak or something and use my Spike to synchro for Stardust. And next we run 3 Utopia. This is basic, I don't need to explain. Again, you don't know what it does, you have no life. Next one's Wind Up Zenmeister. Just cause they say Zenmates is better, I personally like Zenmeister better. Yeah, that's just my own opinion. If you guys agree with me, then you guys are the best. One Leviathan Dragon, cause I can't afford the second one. I barely have enough money to buy my own food. I shouldn't spend it on another freaking Leviathan. Alright, now let's move on to the side deck. I run 2 Gravekeeper Watcher. This is just anti, let's say, Fable. Not Dark Roads. Dark Roads are too easy to beat with my deck. Next we run 1 Breaker the Magical Warrior. When, let's say, Necro Valley gets in my way, I could just remove 1 spell counter to destroy 1 spell trap, so I just destroy my Necro Valley. Next we run 2 Lava Golems. In case you're running Eretex, then I just tribute their dragons and they get a Lava Golem that inflicts 1,000 to them. Next we run 1 DD Warrior Lady, just cause she's hot and there's no other reason why people should run this, just cause she looks good. Alright, then we run 1 Fossil Line of Pachycephalo. So we run, let's say I run into gadgets at regionals, I just use Pachycephalo against them. I shouldn't use them against, like, let's say, Insectors. It's useless against Insectors. Next we have 3 Leeching the Light. I side this in against Moki Moki. My loss at regions last time because I faced this Moki Moki OTK deck that summoned 3 Moki Mokis on me, and I only had 300 life points, so they gave me with 1 Moki Moki or 2. Next we won 1 Heavy Storm in the side deck. Again, I thinking of taking out an MST for Heavy Storm, so you tell me. Another Starlight Road in case they have like Heavy Storms or Coals. Another Compose, just a staple. And 2 Mind Crush. I usually run this in the first game because in the second game it's pretty much useless. I don't get the discard effect, so if I get it wrong if I get it right on the second time, I don't discard a card from my own hand, so I don't like that. I like to discard cards from my hand. And then we're selling a Gaga Girl or Gaga Girl. If you want to just comment, PM us, or just ask us for the Gaga Girl. And yeah, this is it. We'll be putting up more videos later on duels. We're gonna put videos up of everything Yu-Gi-Oh related, Yu-Gi-Oh duels, Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles, deck reviews, and Yu-Gi-Oh hentai. Yeah, I'm so glad that's over.